And the 30, 35 and 40, 45 and 50, 55 and 60, the woman of money. Girls, this is my advice to you.
Welcome guys, welcome back. I'm here today with a story time, and as you guys can already see in the title below, you guys already know what I'm gonna be talking about, or maybe you don't, but listen and watch, and you know, you can get this thing popping. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, let's get this video started. So a little background information. When I used to work at Macy's, do you guys not see like my skin is like really glowing, and like I got that popping skin, baby. Skin is popping. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So background information. So when I used to work at Macy's, I would have like closing shifts, and like I would leave work late, and you know, you have to wait long for the train. If you do live in New York, you know, after a certain time, the trains stop running frequently. So you have to wait like 30 minutes, 40 minutes sometimes, 20 minutes, you know, things like that. So I would normally take the train to the last stop to get a cab. And the cab ride from the train station to my house is like less than 10 minutes, okay? So, I got a Juno, and for you guys who don't know what a Juno is basically like Uber. I know they run in New York. I'm not sure if they have it anywhere else they're operating in right now. But as far as the 5 boroughs, we're good to go with Juno. And they're a little bit cheaper sometimes, so I always used to take Juno, and you know, whatever. So, I got a Juno, and I really wish I remembered the guy's name, but I don't. So I got in the cab, and this particular night I was not on the phone. I wasn't talking to anybody. Normally I like to talk to somebody on my way home, because it's late. It would be sometimes like 1 o'clock. I'm now getting home, and I'll get off work at like 10:30. So imagine being out of work at 10:30, or out the building by 10:45 the latest, and getting home like 1:30. Imagine, like, that's a big gap, and you know, based on that one train ride. So yeah, I would, you know, want to talk to someone on my way home or whatever. So that particular night I did not get to talk to anyone. So, or I don't know, I think, why didn't I get to talk to anyone? I think it's because when I got out the train station, he was already there, so I don't remember, but whatever. Yeah, so I get in the car, and I had on like some Bath and Body Works sprays and stuff like that. And you know, you leave work, you want to kind of smell, alright? You know, you don't want to smell like you've been at work all day. So I get in the car, and we're driving, and he's like, you know, you smell nice. I'm like, oh, thank you. And no. He said, well, what are you wearing? He was like, may I ask you, what are you wearing? I'm like, pardon? He's like, you know, your set, it smells nice. I was like, oh, thanks. Literally, I just like sprayed a bunch of stuff on me, like that, you know, complements each other or whatever. So I'm like, I don't really know what it is, but it was just a bunch of stuff that I used. He's like, okay, whatever. So we're driving, and now the road, like, it's one of those, the way these streets are set up where I'm living is like, is really no street lights, not street lights, stop signs, and no lights and stuff like that. So like, you just stop and go, you know. So we're going. Then I noticed like the car low-key starts to kind of like slow down versus the speed that it was going after he said I smell nice. I'm like, you know what, whatever. So we get to the traffic light now. It's a red light. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Again, I'm not bothered by it, whatever. So he starts talking and whatever, and I am the type of person, like, I don't ignore them, but I don't conversate with them. Like, you know how you could just say, okay, yeah, whatever, like, that's me. I don't sit there and have a whole conversation, nor do I ignore them, because I feel like if I'm ignoring them, they may feel a type of way, and what if you try to kidnap me? Like, that's how I feel. paranoia, I know. So, it's hot in here, guys. But I had to turn the AC off. Oh, God. Okay. It shouldn't be hot, guys. Like, I'm really hot. Anyway, so we get by my house now, and he starts to slow down. So I'm like, okay, you gotta keep going forward. Moving up. My house is like right here. He's all the way back here still, and he's just like this, driving slowly. So I'm like, you gotta, you know. So I'm trying to get out the car. Why this mother lover is gonna lock the doors? So at this point, I'm still not panicking. I pull out my phone and I start to record the conversation, and just in case anything happens. So, cause I'm like, you know what? A lot of you guys are probably like, you know what? Why didn't you just, you know, tell him open the door or something like that? But he would just keep talking and stuff like that, and then for you to reach it from my house and then lock the door was just like, all right, if I bug out, he might bug out too. I don't, you know. Although I have his license plate number, I have his name, I have his picture, type of car it was, I still wanna, you know. So he's like, he starts asking me basically to be his sugar baby, and he's just like, oh, he was like Pakistani, I guess. And he's like, oh, you know, no, he starts telling me about his wife, and no, his ex-wife and his ex-girlfriend, and how he loved black women, and he loved big black women, and all type of stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, that's nice. Meanwhile, I'm still recording, and I'm still like trying to like pull the knob, like I'm trying to get out. And I tried to like, you know how they have the cars with the, you can unlock it for yourself, and I guess when I tried to do it like really easy so like you can't hear it, but I guess he heard it, and next thing you know, he locked it back and he put the child safety on. I'm like, oh my God. So I didn't bother with it. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm like, you know what, Jay, in my head, I'm thinking instantly, call Olivia Benson. Or what would Olivia Benson do? That's literally what's popping up in my head. Like, what would Olivia do? So, yes, I know it's not a real thing, you know. I know she's just a TV person. But you gotta sometimes think, what would Olivia do? You know? So, I'm like, alright, playing it cool. Again, I'm still recording. So he's like, oh, I have a company, and I'm gonna give you my business card, and maybe if you're interested, you can, you know, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. If you guys see this little head, it is this one right here. And she does not have one closed.
Hi, guys.
Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, she does not have one closed, so she can't be on the video. So at this point, I'm just like over it, because I'm like, yo, this man is about to kidnap me. He's gonna try to rape me. I don't know what to do other than think about calling Olivia Benson, but then Olivia Benson is not really real. Like, oh my God, like, you know. So I started to panic at that point. And then he's like, oh, no. He gave me the business card. I wish I still had it. Oh my God, I don't know. This happened like a couple months ago. Not a couple, but like, I want to say earlier on in the year. So he gave me the business card or whatever. And I'm like, all right, at least I have some type of proof or something. So he starts saying to me like, oh, basically like, I don't want to say pimp me out, but more so like want me to be his sugar baby. And I'm like, I don't need a sugar daddy. Like, he's like, oh, well, I can take you out sometime, and you know, we can have some fun. And he, mind you, this guy looks like he's legit like 50 something years old. And he's like, we can hang out sometime, whatever. And he's like, you know, anytime you need to go somewhere, you can just call me, you know, because I have a car, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, that's nice. Like, thanks for the offer. And he just keeps going, he's going. Then he tries to reach back and like grab my hand. And I'm just like, at that point, sis, bro, hunty, honey, boo-boo child, I was over it. I'm like, so I pulled my hand back, and he looked like he was trying to, like, you know, lean in for a little kiss. And I'm like, sir, like, you know, I'm just, at this point, I just really want to get out the car. And then I'm still, like, you ever been in shock where you don't know how to react? That was me. Like, I was in shock to a point I did not know how to react. I was just like, you know, like, I could just, the most thing I could do was just, like, pull my hand away. So, then he's like, oh, you know, now this is where I kind of feel like you're trying to sugar daddy me, but then you're, like, prostituting me, like, you know, you think I'm a prostitute or something, like, I don't know. So he's like, oh, we can go to the telly, and I can get a telly, and I'm like, whoa. Once I heard telly, I'm just like, you know what? I just started saying, sir, I'm not interested. Can you please, like, you know, unlock your door so I can get out? Whatever. And at this point, I'm really hoping, because I have an app on my phone. Me and my mom both have it, and it says when I've arrived home, and it says when I've left home. So it's like a tracking app, but it's really not. More so tracking. Like, she just used to use it when I get off late, because, you know, she want to make sure I'm safe and stuff. So I'm just saying to myself, I know, and that app is Life 360, in case you guys are wondering. And I'm just saying to myself, like, oh my god, can she look out the window? Can she call me? Something, like, because, you know, it been alerted you I was home like 5-10 minutes ago. Like, legit, this man had me in his car for like over 10 minutes, like 10 to 15 minutes. So at this point, guys, I'm just like, no, my nose looks so shiny, and I'm just like, no. And at that point, I'm like, you know, can you please let me out, whatever the case is? And he's just like, oh no, we're talking, what's the rush? I'm like, the rush is I have to get in my house. So now luckily he had my address in the GPS system, but he did not fully stop in front of my house. So because the way my house is, you don't see the number. So a lot of the houses around my neighborhood, the numbers are like old and you can't really see them in the dark or something like that. So I was lucky about that. So then he, like, at this point, I'm like, can you please, like, you know, remember the car is in park, the child safety is on, and I'm just like freaking out. So he's like, oh, you know, I know a couple spots that we can go. And like, it's like he already had everything planned out in his head, like where we're gonna go, how it's gonna be done, all this extra stuff. So he's like, oh, well, you know, I don't remember what he said after, like, the, like, telly thing, but he was like, oh, you know, I never, no, he saved my number on his phone, because, you know, they call you to find out where you're at, and he saved my number in his phone with my name that was on the account. And he's like, so then he's like, oh, is this your number? And I was like, no, this is, like, you know, no, I couldn't say no, I'm lying. He was like, do I live here? And I was like, no, I'm stopping somewhere or whatever. And because obviously he didn't know it was my house, but he had the address, and he was like, is this your home? And I'm like, no, I'm stopping somewhere. So he was like, you know, he was like, oh, I can wait for you. I'm like, no, it's fine. So he's like, oh, he says to me, okay, well, save my number. And I'm like, huh? Like, what did you just say? Like, save your what? He's like, save my number. And I'm just like, yeah, about that. So he called my phone, and my phone is like ringing, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, okay, I got the number, whatever the case is. So then he's like, oh, wait, by the way, how old are you? I want to say 21 at the time, because I'm 22 right now, so I would say I was 21. So I lied, and I told him I was only 18. And he was like, oh, wait, no. All of a sudden, I heard the doors unlock. He was like, no. Did I say I was 18 or 17? I think I said I was 17, you know, because that's still illegal. So I think I said I was 17. And he's like, oh, no. He unlocked that door so fast, honey. And mind you, the meter was still running. So my tab is just going up. Because, you know, like, if they take a different route, you know, it's like $1 per 5 miles or some crap like that. So mind you, my thing is still running, so my money's still going up. So he unlocked the car so fast, and I was like, oh my God, thank you, God. So he was like, oh, you know, well, we'll see each other again, you know, it's, you know, like, now he's just, like, in a panic stage or whatever. He was like, oh, you don't have to tell nobody about this, you know, this is just between me and you, blah, 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 and I'm just like, peace, bye. Oh, and then I was just, like, really scared, you guys. I was like, oh my God, like, so I waited until he drove off, and then I came into my actual house. Like, I went into, like, I was acting like I was going into another house. And actually, yeah, you guys, like, if you guys are Caribbean, oh, you don't have to be Caribbean, I guess. You guys remember Mr. Vegas' song with the taxi? I think it was called Taxi, and she jumped out the car, and she made it look like that was where she was living, but then she jumped over the fence again, and she went in her yard. Her yard. She went in her house. Yeah, that was, like, how I felt. So I was just like so scared. So when I get home, like when I get upstairs, I tell my mom everything like that, and I'm looking at my phone, and like I literally, like, as soon as I had the video recording, but as soon as I open my phone, I see his car is like legit still driving, and it says that I'm still in the car. So I'm like, you didn't even take off the ride. Like, you didn't confirm that you dropped me off, nothing like that. So obviously it's, you know, it's going on my card. So then I'm like, so eventually he stopped it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna call the company tomorrow, because I had to go to work for 9 o'clock the next morning. So I was like really tired. So I'm like, you know what, it's already like 2 o'clock. I'm gonna just do this tomorrow. So with that being said, like, I want to say, like, at this point, it's like going on 3 o'clock, because I'm now took a shower and I'm going to bed, stuff like that. This number keeps calling me. I'm like, who is this? Like, first of all, nobody don't call me this late. That's one. Then they call me once. I didn't pick up. Call me twice. I didn't pick up. And this is why I put my phone on Don't Disturb after a certain time, because I can't deal with the nonsense. Then I see no ID numbers calling me, so I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you gotta be kidding me. I already knew who it was. Then I get a message on WhatsApp, and it was from that same number, and they had the picture on it. I blocked that number so fast. Like, you really saved my number, dude. Like, really? Like, I blocked that number so fast on WhatsApp too. Like, you're not gonna. So when I called the company, I basically told them, like, I was harassed. No, I didn't call them. Actually, I wrote them like a complaint, because say for instance my ride was only $5, it went from $5 to like $20, $30 off my card. Like, so I wrote them and I told them what happened. So they instantly called me, which was later on that day. So this had to probably be like around 1 o'clock, and they instantly called me, and the lady was like, we're so sorry that had to happen to you. You have 2 choices. So she's like, you can either press charges, or you can take him out of your database, which means, like, you know, your name will never connect with him ever. Your name, your number, your address will never connect with that driver ever again. But she was like, if you press charges, you know, you have to go through like actual court thing and all that stuff. And I'm like, I really don't want to go through all of that, because it's like, you know. And she was like, you know, we would have to advise you that you could have court appearances and things. And I'm like, okay, that's just like dragging it. As long as you could take me out of his database, that is 100% fine with me. Like, not my address, my number, my name, anything will not connect to his again. And you guys, ever since then, like, I always try to talk to somebody on the phone. I don't care who it was, even if I had to act like I was on the phone, because I was like super scared. Like, that was a really scary experience, and I would never want to go through that again. Especially late at night. It's dark, nobody can see you, stuff like that. So yeah. But I just wanted to come and share that story with you guys, like, and let you guys know that I'm still alive, and I still got stories for you guys to tell you guys, but I haven't gotten a chance to do that right now. So hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and I will see you guys in my next video.